Hi, we're Caroline and Ian, and along with our Bernese mountain dog Delilah, after 38 years of nursing, we decided to sell our house, give away our possessions and pursue a full-time van life in our 27-foot van, Frankie.
So we hope you enjoy travelling with us as we learn how our Christian faith and van life work together on a wing and a prayer.
Oh, I've took a video. Sorry, this has just inspired me. An animal with a mobile home. So here we are this evening, we're in Ripon, and it is a really interesting little city. It's full of history, and we've come out this evening specifically to listen to the hornsman. So apparently history says that the mayor went off duty as the head of the town at 9 o'clock, and the wakeman starts his duty, and this horn signifies the change of the shift. So I just want to show you some interesting bits. So if you look at the top of this longest freestanding obelisk, at the top of it you will notice there is actually a horn, and this is where the hornsman will come and do his stuff. Not at the top of there, no. And then if you notice as well, all the way around you can see this decorations being got together for the Queen's, what is it, platinum? The Queen's special event. And as you can see here, the whole of the town hall has been decorated in it. And we didn't understand this when we first saw it, but now we've understand about the wakeman. It says, "Except ye Lord keep ye city, ye wakeman waketh in vain." So that now makes sense. And there's the clock, it's 10 to 9. We're feeling a little like Back to the Future, and we're hoping to see the hornsman and a DeLorean. Okay, so he's waiting for the clock to chime and the DeLorean to arrive. There's a little crowd of people gathered, lots of excitement.
Even the moon's come out.
And it is, oh, 2 more minutes. I'll come back in a minute.
Yeah, the cathedral.
Cathedral's there.
Ding 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 dong.
Ding dong.
What was it?
Okay, so apparently he does all four corners. Loaded.
Gather around, I can tell you what that was all about for you. City hornblower for this evening, if you haven't gathered already. And the ceremony you've just seen me perform, it's called Setting the Watch. And if legend is true, dates back to the year 886. And it's been carried out in Ripon every evening ever since that year, which possibly makes that ceremony 1,136 years old this year. It's very old indeed. Not been me all the time, might have gathered that as well. There's been a few of us over the years. All started back in Saxon times when Alfred the Great decided to kick the Vikings out of London. He then set up a pact with the Vikings called Danelaw, so they could have territories in the north of the country. The Kingdom of Northumbria and everything south of that border, they'd leave alone. That was his hope. Him being King of Wessex at the time, he was more than happy with all of that. But he wanted to keep an eye on what the Vikings were up to. And Ripon, being the Saxon settlement that it still was, now inside Viking borders, and only 20 odd miles away from the Viking stronghold of York, he knew we were a very nice place. So he decided to grant Ripon a charter for its loyalty. And he did so, not by giving us a piece of parchment with squiggly writing on it, and a big royal seal at the bottom like we get from the Queen nowadays. Instead, he gave us a horn. Not this horn, but a horn that we still have within the town hall to this very day. And it was decided that the horn that was given to the city would be put to good use. So it was given to the wakeman. And the wakeman was the night watchman of the city. And his watch started at 9 o'clock each evening and carried on till dawn. So he sounded the horn at the start of his watch so that the city folk would know he was on duty, keeping a safe watch whilst they slept safe and sound in their beds. That's how the ceremony started all those many years ago and has remained largely unchanged ever since, up until around 1609. At this period, things were changing in Ripon. The office of wakeman was becoming the office of the mayor for various reasons. And our very last wakeman happened to be our very first mayor, a gentleman called Mr. Hugh Ripley, who's believed he lived in the house on the corner of the market square, one with the 4 bay windows and the pointed roof, known as the wakeman's house for that very reason. It's a cafe nowadays. And he was so proud of the traditions that Ripon held, including setting the watch, he wanted to carry it on. But he didn't want to do it himself on cold, blustery Yorkshire evenings, like tonight. Well, it's not that cold, to be fair. So he thought, I'll employ some shrub to do the job for me. And ever since, our hornblowers worked for the mayor of the day to set the watch, and that is still the case to this very day. But Hugh didn't trust his first hornblower, because he knew how much time he liked spending in the pub. Not much has changed in that regard either. So he said to his first hornblower, once you've sounded the watch at the 4 corners at the market cross at 9 o'clock each evening, you must then report to my abode of the evening, stand in front of it, sound a further 3 blasts of the horn, raise your cap and bow your head. Sound the words, Mr. Mayor, the watch is set. So that the mayor of the day knows that the hornblower has done his duty 365 days a year. Not a single night is missed, not even Christmas Day. And we do that still to this day. On a normal night, I'd have to go find the mayor wherever he is within the city. The current mayor is a publican. he owns 2 pubs within the city. So I'd usually have the horrible job of searching the pubs of Ripon, trying to find a mare. It'd be rude not to have a half in each, wouldn't it? But on nights like tonight, where he's outside the city limits, I believe he's looking after a 3rd pub for the evening. So on such occasions, then we have our get out of jail free card. So, see, outside the mayor's official residence is a lamp that donates that's where the mayor lives. It's called the mayoral lamp, and it says on it, "The Right Worshipful, the Mayor of Ripon," and the city motto, which you can see at the top of the town hall there. The original lamp was too delicate to move every time the mayor changed. So instead, we mounted that onto the town hall, which is just above the doorway there, lit up this evening. So there's now a replica of that lamp outside the mayor's house. So when the mayor is away, we carry on the tradition of reporting to the mayor under the original mayoral lamp outside the town hall, to a very empty building, admittedly. There is another reason we've carried on this ceremony for so long. The superstitious in the city say that if the horn is not sounded to Mr. Hugh Ripley's satisfaction, his ghostly face will appear at the top attic window of the Wakeman's house, and all kinds of horrible things will befall Ripon, including on their hornblower in particular. So for that reason, we're very careful in Ripon, especially the hornblowers. And I've never seen him, I admit, in the 9 years I've been involved in hornblowing, and I've had a few bum notes over the years as well, I will admit. But our last dealings with him, we believe, were in 2011, so not that long ago in the grand scheme of things, on the 3rd of January 2011. The hornblower of the day came out to set the watch as you saw me do earlier, went to the first corner, blew a lovely note. Couldn't be happier for such a cold evening just into the new year. Went to the second corner to blow his second note. As he raised the horn to his lips froze to the mouthpiece. Couldn't get a note out. Managed to warm it up with his hands and prise it from his lips. That bit must have hurt. Moved to the 3rd and 4th corner and then turned to bow after his notes, as we always do, and said he saw Mr. Hugh Ripley at that top attic window. And then at 3 minutes past 9 on the 3rd of January 2011, an earthquake hit Ripon, measuring 3.6 on the Richter scale. True story? Whether it's coincidence, of course, I shall leave up to you. As a potted history of hornblowing and setting the watch over the years, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask.
Hooray! just want to say thank you to everybody who's wished us well this week. You've just really kept us going. All the little love bubbles and the comments and the phone calls, we just thank you all very much. We're both getting over COVID now. Even the dog ended up getting it, so that wasn't very good. But we've got some lovely big news, and the big news is that the buyers have now exchanged contracts with us, and the house is definitely going to be sold on Tuesday, which means hopefully 2 weeks on Tuesday we will be off to Europe. So this is the last video of our British leg of the tour. Next week we're going to do a video of a van tour for you, because I'm aware that a few of you have never even been inside the van, and then after that we'll start the Europe leg of the tour. So just once again, just thank you so very much for all the kindness, love and support everybody's given us. Thank you. Bye bye.